I recently spent some time scouting out the map in order to find the final base location for myself, and in doing so I've discovered several locations which I think would make great bases. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly where they are and speak about some of the reasons why I like them. Starting off in the entrance, we have the mushrooms on the side of the oak tree. Now you can directly build on top of these mushrooms, so you don't need to do anything weird in order to actually build here. You can simply come up onto these mushrooms and you can just either place down its own floor. I think the mushrooms actually look pretty cool though, so you can just directly place on the walls. You've got a lot of great resources around here. There's some pretty easy food sources like the caterpillar over here. And then of course you've got a bunch of stems nearby, a bunch of weeds and other things that you can make use of. You also have some clay and things just down there, and I'm pretty sure that gnats do spawn down there as well as another source of food. So I think this is a really good place to build. Obviously the advantage being the aesthetics of it, but I guess the disadvantage is also the verticality of it. I guess not everyone likes to build bases like this, so this one really comes down to personal preference, but I can see a lot of people building something really cool in this location. The next location is going to be just here, and it's going to be on this grassy rock. Now, some of the advantages of this are shared with the mushrooms on the tree, in that there are a lot of resources nearby to build something quite easily. You've got good access to food. I think it looks really good, so the view from your base is going to be great. The rock itself has a sort of natural tier with this upper level and the lower level. I think the grass looks really good, and this would make such a good garden space. The light hits it well. I guess a disadvantage is that there are mosquitoes nearby. There's some other, I guess, more aggressive and dangerous creatures nearby too, but I haven't seen any of them come up here, and I think that, the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages with this one. The next location is just going to be underneath the A in Snack Bar Front, and it's just on top of this wooden landing outside of the Billy Hogs. Now I can see a lot of really impressive bases getting built here. It's really flat and open. There's actually not a lot of aggressive creatures up here, if any. I think there's some possibly at the other side, but I haven't seen any at this side, and you can build directly onto this. There are quite a few mushrooms underneath, so you can use that as a building material, but other than that you might have to venture out just a little bit in order to get some more building materials to build up here. I think this is definitely one of those locations where it's a little bit harder to set up, but I think if you're willing to get through that graft, then you're going to have a really nice end result. You can just use this spoon, fork or knife, whatever it is, in the center of the landing just to get up. Moving on to the picnic table area, we have these wooden posts. Now, to be honest, any of these wooden posts, in my opinion, will make a good base. I like this one in particular, which is just sort of to the southeast of the picnic table. And the reason for that is because it's probably one of the easiest to access prior to getting like the orb weaver buggy, for example. All you need to do is basically climb up this little stalk here, and you can jump over to the rope and get up here. You can build directly onto this, so again, you don't need to do any sort of weird building techniques in order to build here. And there is some easy food just over here. There's a caterpillar that spawns here, a bunch of materials underneath, and yeah, again, really high. It's actually higher than the Billy Hogs landing over there, so good accessibility going forward into the game, and it is quite central to the biomes as well. So I really think you should check this one out, and I think it does have a lot of potential. So still in the picnic table biome, just beneath the tablecloth, we have this punch box. And I guess this base location basically extends to all of the juice boxes. I just really love the art on them, and I think they add such a pop of colour to your base. Unfortunately with this, you won't be able to get any support horizontally from this juice box, so you will have to build it from the ground up, or potentially, I know some juice boxes allow you to build it from the top down as well. Additionally, if you're able to make easy access to the top of the picnic table, then you're going to have a high point in order to do some further exploration of. You've got a bunch of grass and stems around here. Unfortunately, there is some aggressive creatures too, but I haven't seen any of them come up this far. And there are also some orc enemies which constantly spawn on this tablecloth, which is going to be an easy food source. Next up, we've moved into ceremony, and we have this large rock here. It's quite high up and very safe, as you don't really get many patrols around here, and bees are non-aggressive. You've got a bunch of weed stem sources and grass nearby, some mushrooms down there, and I think gnats spawn down there, but so do mosquitoes. And what's great about ceremony is, as you can see, it's pretty close to the edge of the map where future content's likely to be added. So if you set your base up here, you're going to be in a prime position to explore future content as and when that's released. I also just think that some sort of circular base around here would just be really cool around this rock. And last but not least, we're in the ice cream cart biome, just over here on the outskirts of the map. We have this sort of open arena area with this pretty cool trunk with the sap on the end. And I think that this is just one of the most natural areas in the game to build your base. It's quite open, it's quite flat. It's got a bunch of sap areas, bunch of grass. There's a lot of pine needles that can be harvested nearby. It's also a weevil root, so you're going to have a lot of food just moving through your base. There's some mushrooms, and there is also a river over here which has gnats, which has some clay. I just think this is a really cool area. It's definitely one of the more natural looking areas that I've picked out. So if that's something you look for in your bases, definitely check out this one. And another honourable mention, just off the footpath down here, you have this little miniature Stonehenge, and I think this is really cool. I don't know how you would incorporate it into a base. I just wanted to show it off because it's a little gem that I found, and I would really love to be able to make this some sort of like back garden area for like a base here or something. I haven't quite worked out all the details of how it would look, but I think this is really cool little area, and if someone could incorporate this into their base, I think that it would definitely be worth doing. If you made it this far in the video, you now know the best base locations which I found in the game so far. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please do leave it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Grounded 2 content and just survival craft games in general. And I will see you in the next one.